Okay, so that was a fun one. A fight night from Baku, yeah, Azerbaijan, which a lot of people don't know they're really connected to Turkey. There's Armenia in between, but the language of Azerbaijan and Turkish is almost identical. I guess it's like Spanish from two different countries, so to speak. Good fight night. I saw the three last fights. I'm glad I tuned in. I was training really hard with jiu-jitsu today, so I was tired. So let's start with Curtis Blades' fight. I don't think he won that fight. Funikev or whatever, the Russian guy who was fighting, landed a lot of damaging blows in 2 and 3. And it really looked like Curtis was trying to kind of stall and land play with wrestling. And normally, look, if a guy's able to do that the whole fight, he wins, right? But like Curtis wasn't able to do that. Like he stalled a little bit in the third round with that cage control with some knees. First round, he clearly won by getting the Russian down. But, look, we get gifts when we're a known guy. And Curtis Blades is a known guy. He fought for the interim title against Aspinall. He's got a win over Aspinall. So, there it is. He took the fight. I feel sorry for Russian guys. But again, we always say here, on this channel, nothing fair about the fight game, nothing fair about life. That's how it goes. Fiziev, awesome fighter. So Fiziev combines two things that are not easy to combine. The in and out movement of a traditional martial arts point fighter, right? But with Muay Thai techniques that work only. So Muay Thai guys kind of square up with each other, and this came up with the announcers. They start slow, and then they get into the rhythm, and they start banging on each other. But that's not how Fiziev fights. Fiziev fights in and out, right? Like if he's a shorter guy, he was facing a really tall guy, that Chilean tonight, and Fiziev did a masterclass on him, and I think he won every round in my book. Couple of takedowns for emphasis, but Fiziev is a really fun fighter to watch because you see how dynamic he is, and that combination of traditional movement with effective techniques is what makes him different, man. He's one of my favorite fighters. Okay, main event: Jamal Hill and Khalil Roundtree. Okay, let's just talk about this. Jamal Hill fights like Chuck Liddell used to. His arms are almost in a T. He looks like a street fighter going out there. And believe me, I'm sure that's exactly what Jamal Hill is, right? The problem is when you get into professional prize fighting, it's a game, and you got to win the game. It has nothing to do with how tough you are. And by the way, wow, Jamal Hill is tough. I mean, his legs got beat up so bad by Khalil Roundtree. It was devastating to watch. I mean, I was wincing at the end. But Jamal Hill never thought about going down and getting knocked out. When he did get knocked down, he got up and he fought on. So, I mean, an absolutely incredible fight. But what we're seeing out of Khalil, and he made mention of it in his post-fight interview, is that he's fighting to win now. That's why he didn't go for it. I would have said, he didn't go for it. I don't like that. I want him to finish. And yeah, as a fight fan, we want excitement. He wants to win. He wants to get himself in a position for the title again to make the most money possible for his family. And that's what he should do. He did exactly what he should have done. Guy like Jamal Hill, he's got to add to that game. When you got power, that's great. But there's got to be more to it than that. Even Chuck, when he started losing at the end, the Rich Franklin fight, I loved it. He broke Rich Franklin's arm with a round kick to the body. And the thing about that is, like, Chuck had basically stopped kicking because he didn't want to get taken down in MMA. And, I think when you do things like kick and you make yourself less predictable, if you're just going to run and gun with that like stance with your arms in front of you like Jamal Hill and Chuck did, you're pretty predictable. Your power's got to carry you, and it couldn't. On another part of the fight, like John Wood, I've trained at Syndicate a lot. I was training there when my friend Jason Hallicanen was co-owner with John Wood. Jason Hallicanen married Amanda Lucas, who was an MMA fighter herself, and they made a run of it. John Wood just essentially wanted to make it into what he's made it into, like his gym where he's quartering UFC fighters and stuff. And Jason Hallicanen just didn't see that vision because Jason's not a fighter and a trainer. But yeah, Wood is made his mark. And I always look at what Wood did. I said, Derek, you should have done that yourself. Maybe be somewhere. But then I think about what a pain in the ass fighters are, and I don't want to deal with it. Everybody, read my book, Warrior of the Light.